tribal societies. Who is this? Verrier? Alvin. G.S. Gore. Which approach? Isolation approach. Which approach? Assimilation approach. A combination of isolation and assimilation is called as integration. Neither we accepted Alvin totally, nor we accepted Gore totally. Independent India's tribal policy is characterized by a synthesis of integration and assimilation and isolation called as integration. Tribal Panchashil of Pandit Nehru. Tribal Panchashil of Pandit Nehru. What are the 5 things Nehru said? Okay. Okay. It should not be measured based on how much you are, spending. It should be based on outcome. Tribal Panchashil. So when you have this integration approach, you should also understand that the problems of the tribal communities are not unilinear, they are multilinear. There was a question asked in the previous year about the definitional problems of the tribes. There was another question asked about tribe caste continuum. So when the question is asked on tribes, most of the time they are asking about tribal policies. 2, they are asking about the tribal protest today. If you had made a policy that solved the problems of the tribes today, you would not have got these many tribal movements. Understood? So, tribal problems are not resolved by policies, which is why even today tribal discontentment happens in 2 different ways. One, they come to the ground and they protest. They wanted the government to resolve their problem. 2, they go for unconstitutional methods. And that is why tribal pockets have become breeding grounds of Naxalism in Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. Either I go to the state and ask for some help from the state, or I will be anti-state. Bureaucracy. Recently, an IAS officer was making a controversial statement when she went to the school to empower the children, girl children. One girl child, one school student was asking that we wanted the hygiene, right? So we wanted the sanitary napkins to be given at a cheaper price by the government. But this IAS officer, who was the chairperson of the Commission for Development of Women and Children, she was saying this: today you will ask this, tomorrow you will ask jeans pant to be given by the government free of cost, then you will ask for beautiful shoes, then you may ask for even contraceptives. Right? Bureaucracy is not impersonal. Bureaucracy, according to Max Weber, is characterized by formalistic impersonality. But in this case, we find that bureaucrats are not impersonal. This is a limitation of Weberian ideal type of bureaucracy. Secularization. See, mistaken modernity can be written in any place. Definitely cultural lag, mistaken modernity, lack of internalization of modernization, only westernization, not secularization. There are many terms like this which can be used very easily, which will give you very effectiveness in the answers. It will become very effective, your answers, when you use these terminologies. Jain community is one of the most economically rational community. It's a business community. Okay, they practice Protestant ethics. Though they are very secular, but still they are protesting because their sacred sites in Jharkhand and Gujarat, their sacred shrines in Jharkhand and Gujarat has to be made as tourist spot. In Jharkhand, a shrine has to be made tourist spot. In another Gujarat also, this temple will have to be removed for some other purpose, for construction purpose. Now that they are protesting. So secularism and religionization are not opposites of each other. I'll take up a question. After the discussion is over. We'll take up question answer session will be there now. We'll take up a question and we'll just tell you how to write the answer for the question on secularization. A previous year question will take and tell you. So secularization thesis says that the religious appeal will lose its public significance because of too much of rationalization in modern society, but they are wrong because that the secular community is also a religious community. So secularization and religionization. Secularization and religionization are two sides of the same coin. Just because you are secular, you are not anti-religious. Just because you are religious, you are not anti-secular.